What is up, guys? The LA Gamer here, and today I am bringing you guys episode 5 of my MLB 17 The Show Legends Fantasy Draft franchise. Now, a quick look at the standings here before we go into anything. I want to show you guys we are currently first in our division by 2 games, and we're going up against the Rangers, who are having a pretty tough year. On the mound for us, we will have Julio Urias. On the mound for the Rangers, they will have Phil Hughes. Here's a quick look at our lineup. You guys are probably already fully aware of our lineup, but here's a quick look at their stats too. If you look at the top left corner, if you guys looked quick enough, so far about 2 months in the season, and Rod Crew is batting .411. Rod Crew is batting .411. The next best player in the league is batting like .345. I wanted to show you guys down the league leaders, but I forgot to add it to the video. But yeah, so right now we have a player who is on pace to bat over 400 on the season. So here we go into the season, or into the game, I should say. Julio Urias will start the game off by striking out Corey Seager. Second at bat of the game, you see they have Joe Carter up to bat. He will not get great contact on this ball. Grounding out to third base. We're going to fire that ball over to first base and get him out. But the third at bat of the inning, Nelson Cruz will come up to bat. And we're going to throw a high outside fastball. Let me emphasize, this ball is not in the strike zone, and it's now also not in the park. So I don't know how Nelson Cruz managed to hit a ball over 400 feet, but he did. And this won't be the only time he comes in and makes a pretty big impact in this game. You guys will start to realize that as the video goes on, and as you can probably also tell, this is a bit of a longer video. That is because this is a bit of an interesting game. You guys will see as we move on, and this was a very highly offensive game. It's really weird, but a lot of the games recently that I've been playing have had a lot of runs scored. So we're going to start off in the bottom of the first, trying to get some runs on our own. Rod Crew, obviously the batting leader right now with that .411 batting average, is going to just keep on raising it higher and higher, and he's going to lead off the inning with a double into the left center field gap. Next up to bat, we'll have King Griffey Sr. We're going to have an 0-2 count right here, so it's not looking very good. But we are going to catch a break because he's going to throw a pitch right at my elbow. And I'm going to actually catch a break because I was on an 0-2 count. I thought I was going to strike out, and then he throws a pitch at me, so I don't mind that. Now King Griffey Jr. is going to come up to bat, and he's going to bloop this one to center field. Not quite enough pop on that one to get a hit out of it. So there we go. It's going to remain runners on first and second. Now with one out, Ralph Kiner is going to come up to bat. Now another thing I want to mention is Ralph Kiner is currently first in the league for MVP vote, so he is the top projected player to win MVP right now. But he's going to knock one right back up the middle. We're going to have now runners on second and third with Dante Bichette coming up to bat, and he is going to line out to left field. So no runs coming in on that inning. Luckily, though, we were able to string together a couple of hits, or at least a hit and a hit by pitch. And as long as we kind of gather a rhythm, I'm not too worried. After all, it's only a one-run ball game, at least at the moment. Things will get interesting here in this inning, as you'll soon see. Right now, they're going to knock one over to right field. We're not quite fast enough with Bichette to knock that one down. We're going to make a nice little throw over to second, but we're not going to be able to get him out at second. So that will be a double for him. But luckily, Julio Urias will come back here, get a strikeout in the top left corner right there. And now, with another batter coming up to bat, they're going to knock this one up the middle. But we have King Griffey Sr. out there in center field. He's going to throw a laser beam to home. But sadly, we will miss the runner by about 1/10 of a second. And that will be their first run of the inning and their second run of the game. They're going to try to continue this rally by getting another hit over here to right field for a single. So it's now runners on first and second with 2 outs. But Julio Urias has different ideas, as right here he's going to force a ground out to second base. We will throw that one over to first, and we will get out of this inning without giving up any more than 1 run. But moving on here now to the top of the third. Once again, we will be giving up another run. This one's just off a home run. So not a whole lot of emphasis to show you guys this whole entire inning. Just wanted to show you guys they do happen to put another run on the board. But we're going to come back here, try to get some runs of our own. So you see King Griffey Jr. up to bat here. Going to knock one into right field, and that will be a single to lead off the inning. Next up to bat, we have Ralph Kiner, obviously the MVP vote leader right now. He's going to get a hit of his own for the game. So there we go. Now runners on first and second with still no outs. Now we got Dante Bichette coming up to bat, who's had a pretty good season, but he is not going to really continue that success right here, flying out, or more or less popping out. And in foul territory, the first baseman will be able to camp underneath that. But don't worry, we have Pedro Alvarez up to bat, and they're going to give him a pitch to hit, and hit it he does. He's going to destroy this one out of the ballpark, down the right field line. Now let me emphasize something to you guys. This will be one of just a multitude of crazy at-bats out of Pedro Alvarez this game. I got Alvarez for his ridiculous power, and that power will come up very big today. You'll see at least a few at-bats where he is going to at least just destroy the ball. So Just pay close attention to that. So here we come up to bat once again. I believe this is Luis Aparicio. Oh, actually, no, this is Alex Bregman. He's going to go back-to-back with Pedro Alvarez, and that will be a home run over the right field wall once again. So we are going to get a 4-3 lead here in the third inning. Still no outs, but regardless of any of that, we won't be able to put any more hits together that inning. So now we're going to move on to the defensive side of things. Now with a 1-run lead, we're going to try to remain up by that 1 run. But right here, you see they have a guy with 98 speed, and we will not be able to throw him out at first base. It took a quick second there to look at who that was, and that would be their legend, Reynolds. But we'll be able to strike out Corey Seager once again on that high fastball. That's the back-to-back strikeout against him with a high strikeout. But things will not remain great for us. You see right here, Joe Carter Wood, a home run over that right field wall, and now we are going to be down by 1 run once again. So it seems like whenever we're getting runs, they're getting runs, and whenever they're getting runs, we're getting runs. So it's been a pretty back and forth offensive battle. A 5-4 score is a pretty high score for a normal baseball game, and we have to realize it's only like the 4th or 5th inning right now. So definitely a highly offensive game, like I mentioned earlier. But right here, I got a little too excited. I tried to make a big play with King Griffey Jr., and it will come back to bite me. You see right here, we're going to fire it into the shortstop, and they're actually going to get a triple off of that. And with 2 outs, we could obviously avoid the threat if we got it out right here, but we won't be able to actually produce that out. So right here, they're going to hit one over the left fielder's head, and that will be a double for him, a standing double, and obviously the runner from third will come home to score. So now it is runners on second, or just a runner on second with 2 outs. We're going to strike out the next hitter though, so we're going to avoid any more of a threat. So it's now 6-4, and we're going to give up another home run. So it's been a very interesting game, a lot of power this game, and you see actually on that at-bat, we had a different pitcher. So yeah, we took out Julio Urias after about 5 innings. He didn't have that great of a game, so I didn't feel any need to keep him in the game longer than he should have been. But either way, right here we come, trying to get a big inning of our own. I believe this is the 8th inning, and this is where things get extremely crazy for us. You see Pedro Alvarez up to bat once again, and guess what? That's a moonshot. That ball is his 2nd home run of the day, about the same exact spot as the first one. But don't worry, Pedro Alvarez is not done yet. Remember, this is the 8th inning. And I just want to warn you guys right now, we're going to get some runs this inning. It is now going to be 7-6. And we have a chance, if we continue a few solid at-bats, to get the lead back. So right here, knocking one back of the middle with Alex Bregman. Actually a very nice pickup for me. I was going to trade Bregman and package him with some other players earlier in the season to try to get like a Cal Ripken Jr. or something, but I'm really glad I didn't. Because he's been a really, really good player for me, and I'm really enjoying using him. But either way, Dioner Navarro right there is going to get a hit back up the middle for another hit this inning, and then Luis Aparicio is going to come up to bat here, knocking one to deep center field. Good enough for us to advance Bregman to third base, but there is now 2 outs in the inning. So we're going to need a 2-out rally right now to maintain, or to try to at least tie the game up, or maybe get a lead. So right here, Rod Cruz is going to knock one over the left fielder's head by just about a couple of inches, and we are going to move the runner over to third base, and he will beat the throw. So it's now 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, with a chance right here to knock home the lead run, and Ken Griffey Sr. will do just that, as the runners on 3rd and 2nd will both come around to score. Ken Griffey Sr. will remain at first base, and we now have a 9-7 lead. Now with Ken Griffey Jr. up to bat, he said, "Hey Pops, you might knock home 2 runs, well I'll knock home 2 runs too." But he will do this through a home run, knocking home obviously his dad from first base, and getting that home run to knock himself home. So there we go, 2 more runs on the inning, and that will be an 11-7 lead now. Moving on into the next at-bat, which will be Ralph Kiner, who's going to knock this one over to right field. We're just going to remain at first base here. We probably could have tested second, but I figured our bats are lighting up right now. I don't want to risk a throw when we could just get some more hits. So Dante Pachette's coming back up to bat. Another ball destroyed back up the middle, the same thing he did earlier this inning. And then comes Pedro Alvarez, also looking to do the same thing he did earlier this inning, and try to get his 2nd home run of the inning. And guess what? He will do just that. Pedro Alvarez with the 3rd home run of the game, 2nd home run of the inning, and 8th RBI of the day. Pedro Alvarez, have yourself a day. Have yourself a player of the game. 8 RBIs in one game, 3 home runs in one game, and we now have a 14-8 or 14-7 lead. But that will be, sadly, the end of the inning, or at least it will come up to the end of the inning right there. I don't believe we get any more runs this inning. Bregman will get another hit, and now we have Dioner Navarro up to bat, and he is going to, I'm trying to remember who gets out. He doesn't get out either. Oh my goodness, we actually kept up the bat. So there we go, Dioner Navarro gets hit over second base. All I do is, I just recall that we don't actually end up scoring another run. Okay, there we go. Aparicio will ground out. So Aparicio was actually 2 of the 3 outs that inning. He was one of the only guys who wasn't able to get a hit that inning. I believe he is the only guy in our lineup who didn't get a hit this game. I could be wrong about that, but you'll soon see after the game. But either way, it's now the top of the 9th. We now have a pretty comfortable 6-run lead. I believe they may have hit a home run. I think that's why they have 8 runs right now. But we have a pretty comfortable 6-run lead now. So you see, we're just kind of messing around. We're pretty comfortable right here. I don't actually put in a new pitcher. I'm just going to let this guy finish it off. So right here, they're going to get a single, but we're going to force the line out to right field right now. And now with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, all we need to do is get 1 more out for this game to be over. And we'll be able to do just that, striking out this hitter on the high inside fastball, and that will be the end of the game. So there we go, walking out of here with a 14-8 victory. Talk about a high-scoring game. Sounds like a football game. If you guys enjoyed, please click that like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I could do to make it more interesting in the comment section below. And lastly, subscribe if you have not already to stay tuned to this series and other series I got going on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and so much for the support. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.